Does collaboration kill creativity? I actually get this question a lot, or I get this kind of feeling from people about how collaboration is really hard. It's really frustrating, and how people often feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just being stifled. I can't express myself in group meetings, or other people are being overbearing, and so I just don't even bother. I just go with whatever in order to make everything go as easily as possible. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how collaboration doesn't actually kill creativity. Collaboration is creative. So what do I mean? Well, first let's think about creativity. What is creativity? Creativity is an act. It's something that you do that intervenes in a process, or it intervenes in a way of thinking, or even a new product, in order to develop a new process, or contribute to a new way of thinking, or even developing a new product. So collaboration is creative because you're working with other people, because you can't go it alone. Whatever that problem is, whatever that thing is that you're trying to address, it's complex. And so you need all of those other people, all of those other perspectives in order to address whatever that thing is, because it's complicated. So let me also clarify here that when I'm saying that things are creative, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like earth-shatteringly different. I would suggest, though, that if you're working with other people, you are going to be doing something new. You're going to be moving forward in a new way, again, because the problem is so complex that you can't go it alone. And now I totally hear what you're going to say. You're probably thinking, Julia, I work with people all the time. It is incredibly frustrating. It is incredibly painful. It is not creative. And there's a few things to consider here. First is that creativity is not always dreamy. I think sometimes we have this idea that, yes, creativity, it requires this flexibility and it requires this openness, and therefore it must be amazing all the time. And let me assure you, it is not. Sometimes it is really challenging. It deals with a lot of uncertainty. There is a lot of openness, and that can be very exciting, but it can also feel overwhelming sometimes. The same can be said for collaboration. It can also be really hard. There's also a lot of uncertainty, and it can be really, really challenging. There are often a lot of challenges in working with other people. Sometimes people's egos get in the way. Sometimes people can be overbearing, but there are also advantages to working with other people. It can be a lot less lonely. You can generate new ideas together. You can bounce ideas off of each other and again, work in that creative way to work towards something new. Lastly, I would say, if you feel like when you're working with other people that you can't express yourself, that you are stifling yourself, that you're kind of holding yourself back, that other people are being domineering, that you're not being respected, it may be that you are not working in a collaborative environment. Yes, you might be working with other people, but is it collaborative? You can do some reflecting around this. It might be you. Yes, you might be the problem, to quote the great Taylor Swift, but it might not be you. There may be other people who are being domineering, who are being aggressive or being disrespectful. If you are working collaboratively, if you are working in a truly collaborative way, you are likely working with humility. You're likely working with curiosity, and you should have the agency to be able to voice your ideas. Not that your ideas are going to be taken up all the time, of course, but if you're working in a collaborative environment, then you can understand that if some idea is rejected, it's not personal. It's because it just didn't serve the work, or maybe it generated an idea for someone else. And so all of the ideas are welcome. So why is this important? Why do we need to think about collaboration as creative? Well, if you are a leader, you need to be noticing when not everyone on your team is working together, when not everybody on the team is contributing ideas, or when particular people are being domineering, when things are not collaborative, because there's things that you can do. First, you need to reflect on why. If your team is not collaborative, why? You can ask yourself, the ways that things are set up, is this a creative workplace? Do people feel that they can express their ideas? Do people feel that if they're going to be rejected, that it's done with respect? Do you welcome bad ideas, kind of bad ideas, in order to get to the good stuff, in order that it might generate or sort of bounce into something that's more useful? And do you seek out those folks in the group who are more quiet? Not everybody wants to be sort of vocal and assertive in those group situations. And so you need to make sure that you're gently inviting those folks to share their ideas, either in the group or even in a private way. If you like this video, there are lots of ways to stay in touch. You can, of course, like the video. You can subscribe to my channel. There is also a free resource in the description, the video description. And feel free to leave a comment. I will absolutely get back to you.